We wanted to just check in with everybody for the holiday season, and it's a really busy time of the year. We wanted to each share with you some of our own practices and tips for self-care and the promotion of self-care for nurses. But on the call and on the live stream today, we have all of our co-founders. So we'll start with some introductions. For myself, I'm Charlene Platon, CEO and co-founder of Fifth Window, and we have Jillian,
Hi everyone, I'm Jillian Littlefield, nurse and co-founder of Fifth Window.
and we have Michael.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Horn. I'm a full stack mobile app developer, and I'm the lead developer for Fifth Window.
And Kathy.
Hi, everybody. Kathy Schaefer. I am a nurse and a compassion fatigue professional.
Great. And thank you all so much for joining us this morning. It's a Saturday morning, it's right before the holidays. And we just want to start with talking a little bit about how the past year has been. So I'll go ahead and invite Kathy to talk a little bit about that and then how we could then talk about our self-care after.
Thanks, Charlene. So we have been working really hard over the last year at Fifth Window in developing our app and really revolutionizing nurses' well-being, nursing your mind. And we wanted to take this time because we realize that the holidays are, can be triggering for some people to begin with. But over the last 22 months or so, almost 23 months, I think nurses have really taken a hit in their mental well-being. And we wanted to be sure and take this time with you to help you remind you that there are things that we can do to be mindful in our own mental health, as well as being engaged with others during this holiday season. Sometimes we all think that as nurses, we don't have time to care for ourselves. We need to care for other people. And that is true. That's part of our mindset, but it's also really important that we do take care of ourselves so that we can be there to take care of others. And I know that Charlene and Michael and Jillian and myself have been really practicing our own, we're walking the walk, right? So we talk the talk, we walk the walk. And we've been doing some things to keep ourselves really together and hopefully being a good example and role models for others in that your well-being and self-care are essential. And I think that also to remind us that it's getting a little bit more stressful again with the uptick and things that we're hearing about the new variant that's coming along. And we wanted to just remind everyone that we may have to re-engage some practices that we were using before, but maybe have not been using them maybe daily or as frequently, that to make sure that we keep that resiliency up.
Great. Thank you so much, Kathy, for that introduction into how the year has been into the holiday season. And yeah, it is challenging. And we do want to just have that reminder that self-care really is a priority, no matter what time of the year. And so, especially during the holidays where we can think a lot about others and what we are giving to others, we should also think about what we're giving to ourselves. And just to start with some of the self-care practices that I've used, actually throughout the past 2 years of the pandemic, my top two practices have really been deep breathing and meditation. And for both, it's really been a continuous journey because I've really found that it's setting or having that mindset of doing this practice for maybe a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes each day has really helped me to make sure that I practice those different types of self-care more regularly. And that's really what's worked for me. It's been a total game changer, just especially in terms of my anxiety. And it's, the anxiety I know has been coming up again because of now the Omicron variant that's around. So just want to let everyone know that even if the self-care practice is small, even if it's 10 seconds, 30 seconds, do everything that you need to do to get that time in. It could be when you're washing your hands in between shifts or in between patient visits. It could be when you're right before you're going to sleep. But whatever time, place works for you, really honor that and learn more about that and learn more about yourself and what works for you. And Jillian, anything you wanted to share as well?
Yeah, so I think for during the holidays, feeling okay with saying no to things is important. Sometimes we feel obligated to go to certain events, um, or like overcommit, even sometimes because we're too nervous to say no, which can feed into us, whether it might be anxiety or whatever we're dealing with, depression, worse than that. So understanding that it's okay to say no and take time for yourself is always really important, but also it's difficult. But ideally, it does help us set aside time for ourselves and to think about other ways that we need to um, uh, look internally, or how we're going to look internally and decide what we need to do for ourselves in that time that we take alone. Um, I think for a lot of people, they might feel like they might get backlash for that, but understanding that you don't have to give an explanation as to why you're doing that is always important as well. You're just taking time for yourself. For me, I think sleep is always important. So, you know, going to bed at the same time, getting up at the same time, creating some sort of routine, getting outside, exposing yourself to daylight is also helps with sleep. It helps with your internal clock, lets your body know when it's time to go to bed, later in the day when the sun goes down. Um, and also just taking time to be in nature, away from electronics, and turning off email and things like that, is also important. So everyone's different. I think all of self-care activities are going to differ depending on what works for someone, and their own needs. But for me, I think that's what has been most important.
Great. Thank you, Jillian. And Michael, did you want to share some of your self-care practices?
Yeah, sure. So for me, I think I'm kind of an introvert. So for me, the holidays tend to be a little bit. I could have some anxiety just over the increased amounts of socializing and everything. So one of the things is, for one thing, yeah, paying attention to kind of taking care of myself in not overcommitting to like too many events and everything. But while if I know I'm going to an event or I'm going to be socializing with people, I think something important is to kind of set up the frame that, for one thing, it's okay that I feel like I'm a quiet person. There's nothing wrong with me. And it's helpful to just frame it that way and just enjoy being with other people, and accept myself in those situations. And something that is kind of helpful on a practical level is, like Charlene was saying, kind of some mindfulness of breath. You can always come back to that. That's something that's very grounding and very helpful for me if I'm feeling stressed. So yeah, that's kind of my main kind of practical practice that I would engage with over the holidays.
Great. Thank you, Michael.
And I
And
like what you
Kathy?
said. I like what you
Oh, go
said,
ahead.
Michael, about just accepting yourself.
Mhm.
I think that's important. Not judging yourself. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
I also think, Michael, that being able to identify when you can engage, being an introvert, like, so when you can engage, but also realizing that you need your own downtime. So you need to be able to be in whatever recharges you as an introvert, right? So we know that extroverts, they get recharged when they're around people, but introverts recharge themselves when they're by themselves, right? And so,
Right.
and again, I'm going to just exactly what Jillian said, and that's being okay with that, right? And saying, this is how I recharge, and I just need to draw back, and I think that it's perfectly okay to say to people, listen, family, friends, whoever, I need 30 minutes. Just let me have 30 minutes to just recharge myself, or just to do what I need to do. And then I'll come back and I'll engage, or I'll talk to you, or I'll answer that. And I think that sometimes people feel, you're right, they feel that guilt, like I need to be doing everything all the time with everyone, everywhere as I can. Even saying, yes, I'll pick up that extra shift, right? That you have to be okay to say, and I think it's hard for people to feel that empowered to take back their power, right? And that's the part that we're trying to work on here with Fifth Window, is helping nurses in particular get their power back to say, I matter just as much as my patients matter, and I need to take care of myself first right now.
Exactly,
Yeah,
Kathy. Go ahead, Michael.
yeah, I think that's great. And I think something that is really helpful in terms of that is, like, I used to think of it as selfish too, like, oh, taking time for myself, like I should be focused on what other people need, basically. But it's been really helpful to frame it as, actually, taking this time for myself is a gift for other people around me, because it is helping me to actually show up for them in the best way that I can, so, and I think that goes for any kind of self-care, like, it's not just a gift for you, it's really a gift for everybody around you.
Great insights, and I completely agree. I echo what everyone has said, and I do want to add to what Jillian had mentioned before about setting those boundaries and saying no. I did learn recently about the mindset that if you do say no to one thing, if you do say yes to one thing, you are saying no to other things. So you have to really think about what are those things that you're really prioritizing, and having that mindset of, even if you're saying yes to one thing, you really are removing time from something else. So being aware of that and being mindful of that has helped me personally to feel empowered about the decisions I make, because it can be uncomfortable when you do say no. But it all comes down to, what are your values? What are your goals? Where do you want to be? How, and then once you have that framework, it will really empower you to think about, yes, I can say no to this thing because it's helping me say yes to these other things that I prioritized. So lending yourself to that power, it really helps you own that, and it really helps you know who you are. So definitely want to emphasize that for everyone as they're entering the holidays with a lot of options, a lot of different things to do, potentially places to go, people to see. So just want you all to know that whatever decisions you make, they're for you, and so make those decisions with yourself also in your mindset. Um, and I also wanted to talk about the exciting things that Fifth Window has coming up for the new year and for the holiday season. And first, I just want to announce that Fifth Window has been invited to be a panelist speaker for the Healthcare Burnout Symposium, which takes place in San Francisco from January 24th to January 26th, 2022. So Kathy Schaefer and I, we will be panel presenters to talk about compassion fatigue, to talk about burnout. Kathy, did you want to talk a little bit more about what we'll be sharing during this pre-conference workshop?
Oh, certainly. And we're also, we have a great colleague who works in the trauma counseling area, Steve DiDonato, Dr. Steve DiDonato, who will be joining us as well to talk about trauma. We really want to touch basically about the educational pieces of what are burnout, what's compassion fatigue, how does trauma actually impact our mental well-being and how we function in life. We also are going to talk about ways that we can try to build compassion satisfaction and help protect and promote our boundaries, our resilience, and our the ways we care for ourselves and others.
Great, thank you, Kathy. Just as Kathy said, we will be presenting alongside Dr. Steve DiDonato, and it should be a wonderful topic. We will be one of the presenters who are from a nurse-led perspective, so we are excited to join from that and lend our expertise, especially on this really critical topic of healthcare burnout. And I put the link in the chat for how you could find us and learn more about the conference. I will also put that up right here. You can see on the Chiron, this is the Healthcare Burnout Symposium. So you could learn more about the symposium at www.stophealthcareburnout.com. And then check out their agenda for the pre-conference workshop. We are listed there. We will be presenting on Monday, January 24th, and that will be in the morning Pacific time at 10:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. Pacific time. So definitely learn more about us there, and we're really excited to be part of this collaborative. And secondly, I also want to mention that the fifth window is actually starting a fundraiser on Gofundme to support our mission to revolutionize nursing wellness, to help nurses and promote nurses to nurse their mind. And so we do have a fundraiser. We're actually raising $15,000 to support our launch, which our app will be launched in January 2022. We have some exciting things coming up in terms of our partnerships with other nurses, having nurses use the app and trying to see how we could build the best product possible so that we can have a really effective tool for nurses and reduce work-related stress and burnout. So I will go ahead and put the link in the chat as well. So if you would like to support our cause, our fundraiser is at www.gofundme.com/f/fifth window. So it's in the chat. We'll also post this on our different platforms for social media. So I will go ahead and just show the link really quick here as well. GoFundMe.com/f/fifth window. So learn more about us and our fundraiser there. And we really hope that you can all contribute. Any donations would be so kindly appreciated, supported, because, just as Kathy mentioned earlier, COVID is not going away anytime soon. Another surge is upon us with the Omicron variant. And so it's a really challenging time for nurses, for our colleagues, for so many who are in the healthcare industry. And so we really hope that with our platform on Fifth Window, we can continue to promote nursing well-being, share some of these practices that we talked about today with you all, and more, because we really are passionate about this cause. We're partnering with some great organizations to also share resources that nurses can really benefit from during this time and beyond. And I'll go ahead and put the fundraiser up again, but any other words that anyone wants to add to that?
We hope that you have a safe and healthy holiday experience, and that, again, you take time for yourself and you invest that time in things that matter to you, not what you think matters to others. And know that we are here thinking of you.
I just
Great.
wanted to add that our passion for our own mental well-being and mental health wellness just is embedded into Fifth Window and everything that we do. We are very committed that everyone, in particular our brothers and sisters who are nurses, so wait, talk about holiday stress. It's when the dogs hear the mailman, right? No, we just want you all to know that we are committed in our endeavors, and with this app and this GoFundMe is just the beginning steps of taking what we've done for the last 18 months. And really have been working hard behind the scenes, getting feedback and partnering and working with others, and actually, using the app and testing it, that we feel it, we're ready to let a broader audience be supported by us. And so I want to reiterate what Jillian says, that we hope that you have a very happy, safe, healthy holiday season, that it is minimal stress. I can't say stress-free because we're all waiting for the supply chain to deliver our packages, right? But I wish for you all, and I think I can say this for all of us, we wish you all in 2022 a very mindful and healthy mental wellness year.
Great. Thank you, Kathy. And Michael, any additional words to that?
Yeah, well, I just want to reiterate what you all are saying. I really hope that you all have a great holiday season, and you look after yourself, and that way you look after the people around you. And I also just want to say thank you to everybody who is, watching this live stream and who has been sticking by us for, through this year while we've been developing. I think it's amazing that we have you following us, and we're just really eager to release this app and bring nurses together and bring support to healthcare providers. It's been a really incredible journey. So, for everybody who is watching, thank you. And, whether or not you donate to the GoFundMe, you've been a huge support to us. So and I hope everybody here has a great holiday.
And I think just know that every piece of feedback we receive from you, and we welcome that ongoing feedback. We, fully consider in how we implement, the interventions that we're looking at in our app and everything that we've considered regarding this app and the future of Fifth Window, because it's for you. So we want it to work the best that it can for the individuals that we're hoping to help.
Great. Thank you all so much. And just echoing what everyone said, it's been an amazing journey. We started really in May 2020 when we all met at the Nurse Hack for Health COVID-19 virtual hackathon last year, and it's been just incredible to see what we've been able to do in interviewing all the nurses that we've interviewed, in getting everyone's feedback and talking to everyone, but having everyone's support just really means the world. So thank you all so much. I mean, we really wouldn't be here without you all, but we want to also do our part and do what we can to support you all and support your journeys for self-care and well-being. Please reach out to us if there's anything that you'd like to share. Our email address is hello@fifthwindow.com, or you could go ahead and find us on social media, and I'll go ahead and put our social media links on the Chiron here. So if you'd like to follow us on social media, you can see our different links on the linktree.com/fifthwindow. So visit linktree.com/fifthwindow. And once again, thank you all so much. We really appreciate you all, and happy holidays. Have a safe, healthy, happy holiday season, and a fantastic new year. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.